Hi Virgo, this is April for Astrolada.com. I'm here to give you your February 2017 horoscope, and I have my lovely board here to demonstrate what the planetary activity is and how it's going to be affecting my Virgos this month. So let's get started. Let's just first talk about the position of the sun this month. The sun is here in Aquarius. So wherever the sun moves, it highlights that area of your life for you. It brings it to light much more to bring it to your attention, and it brings a lot of changes. So the sun is in your 6th house this month, Virgo. So the 6th house is a very similar energy to yours, with you being the 6th sign on the zodiac wheel. So whenever activity happens in the 6th sign from you, it's like more Virgo type energy. So you guys may be a lot more focused on work this month. You guys may become a little bit more workaholic than usual. I know, Virgo. A little bit more analytical of things in life, and also a little bit more paying attention to your health and your diet as well. So you guys may develop a new regime. There was a new moon here in Aquarius at the end of January, so it may have brought about some new changes, like all of a sudden you guys want to try a new diet, or you decide to exercise more, or maybe even a new job. This is also the area of the job, the work duties. So I could see some of my Virgos actually trying to look for new work this month, or at the work with the work that you already do, just doing a lot more of it, feeling a lot more inclined towards working and being more systematic, making sure everything's working properly and in its place. So that's the sun here. So on the 3rd of the month, we have Venus switching signs, and wherever Venus is at, wherever she's traveling currently, she represents not only love and relationships, but how you enjoy yourself, how you enjoy your free time, how you enjoy being a physical being here on Earth, and whatever pleases the 5 senses for you. So Venus has been in your opposite sign in Pisces for a month. She could have brought you a new relationship, Virgo, or just some new companionship with some good times, with some good people. Now she moves into your 8th house, which is Aries. So it's time to get deep. So you may have been, while energy was here with Venus and Mars were in Pisces last month, in your 7th house of relationships, could have brought about a new love, a new partnership of some sort. Now it's time to go deeper, because the 8th house, where Venus and Mars are, Mars moved here at the end of January, and now Venus joins Mars on the 3rd. They're both there the whole entire month of February. So this is pretty hot and heavy, Virgo. It can be for you. So if any of my Virgos are looking for hot and heavy, wink wink, this can be the time of year where you definitely develop something there with someone. But it could have been that, while energy was in your 7th house of relationships, you were getting to know someone just kind of on the surface, and now you really want to know them, like on a deep soul level. You want to know what's in their heart, their soul, their subconscious mind, really getting to know somebody, on a deep level there. So that's Venus and Mars here in this 8th house. Now the 8th house, it also rules joint finances. So I could see you, if you already are in a partnership with somebody and you guys do share your income together, this can bring some hot and cold energy there. I don't want to say hot and cold, but it can bring some ups and downs there. So I would say be mindful of, because Venus and Mars together is a lot of passion, and in Aries is a very passionate sign. So it can bring some heat there sometimes when it comes to the joint finances. You know what I mean? So you and a partner may need to work together a little bit more to make sure that you guys are on the same page when it comes to these finances. So on the 6th of February, we have Jupiter moving retrograde. So Jupiter is a planet of expansion, abundance, good luck sometimes. It's also a magnifying glass. It magnifies things a lot bigger so that you can see them a lot clearer. That can mean good things, but it can also mean areas that need a little bit of work too. So Libra is your 2nd house, Virgo. That is how you earn your money, how you budget your money, how you spend your money. That's the 2nd house. So with it moving backwards, I could see some of my Virgos possibly having some opportunities come back to them in regards to money, in regards to work. The only thing to be mindful of is retrograde means going back, and it does end up moving forward again, which is a totally different direction as it's moving right now. So Jupiter's retrograde until June of 2017. So just be mindful of the fact that once Jupiter moves forward again, minds can be changed and circumstances can be changed. But anyhow, Jupiter in your second house retrograde, you know, maybe you guys have had some energy in Aquarius. There was a new moon there. That's work. So maybe a work situation changed that affected your money. That's a very, you know, much a possibility for some of my Virgo people. So I just see a lot of financial changes for you guys happening this month overall. But yeah, watch for that Jupiter retrograde to possibly bring an opportunity back to you that may have been missed before in the past. So on the 7th, we have Mercury, which is your ruling planet. It's not going retrograde, thank goodness, not this time, not this month. But Mercury is changing signs. Mercury has been in your 5th house in Capricorn since January. It's moving into Aquarius, which is your 6th house of work. So wherever Mercury moves, that's where your mind is going to be more active. The area of life where your mind is going to be a lot more focused. So you guys are focused on work and health this month a lot, Virgo. I just see that for you with the Sun and Mercury here. So you're going to be a busybody at work. You may be wanting to work some overtime, or if you do not have a job, you may be really focused on putting your resume out there, filling out applications. Most of all that stuff is done online now, which is, you know, kind of weird that you can't just go into a place anymore and just walk in and just talk to the, hey, can I speak to the manager? You can't do that formal old school stuff anymore. So you guys may be online a lot, you know, filling out resumes online, or filling out applications online, filling out those weird assessment tests that ask you all those questions, which I know a lot of my Virgos probably roll their eyes at, but you may be doing a lot of that, just really working hard towards getting a new job, you know, or getting a better job, or just working a lot harder at the job that you already have. That's where your mind can be at. Or if you're not a working Virgo, it can just be health that you're concerned with and that you're working on improving. Or if you're not concerned about any of those other things, if you're like a homebody Virgo, or you work from home, or you're a housewife or house husband, this can just be a lot more organization in your life and in your daily routines that you start implementing when Mercury and the Sun are both here. But on the 25th, Mercury moves into Pisces, your 7th house of relationships. More relationship stuff, more thinking about relationships. Mercury is communication, so it's communicating a lot more just one-to-one with other people. It doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to lead to love or anything like that. This is also the house of negotiations with other people too. But I would be mindful of the fact that Neptune, the planet that rules deception, it's kind of foggy, puts a fog over things and idealization over people. Neptune is there, and Neptune will be there for several more years for you guys in your relationship house. So Mercury will come in contact with Neptune, and just be mindful of the fact that you may not, like if you talk to people, if you're trying to get to know someone, they may not always, you know, say who they really are, reveal who they really are. You may be a little bit more prone to deception, Virgo, I'm just saying. But you guys are a very detail-oriented, analytical sign. You guys see through facades very easily. So just use your super Virgo powers to not let anybody fool you this month. So on the 18th of February, we have the Sun moving from Aquarius, your work house, into Pisces, relationships. Once again, illuminating the area of relationships. Ooh, some of my Virgos really have some relationship stuff going on this month, a little love stuff going on. So you guys may be one of the signs in February that has a pretty great Valentine's Day going on, you know, if you do celebrate that. But definitely more of an emphasis on relationships once the Sun moves there. Now let's talk about the eclipses. They're very important for everybody to know about. They affect you directly, Virgo, in particular areas of your life. Eclipses last for up to 6 months as far as the effects of them, and they can be felt maybe like a month prior. Some situations may build up to the eclipse, and then once it hits, bam, it's like it really gets things moving. It may not be right away that you notice these changes that happen that it brings. It can just be, you know, several months ahead that you actually really see something come into fruition. So anyhow, the first one is in Leo. It's at 22 degrees Leo. And for you guys, that is your 12th house. Okay, so that means the moon is here in Leo, and then the sun is back in Aquarius. So the sun and moon are opposing one another. This is your 6th house of work and health. And then the 12th house of rest, relax, retreat, reflect, going back over things, kind of getting away from the world, getting away from work, escapism, taking care of your spirit. This is taking care of your body. This is taking care of your soul and your spirit. Now, this moon is also making some positive aspects to other planets in other houses so those areas of life will be affected for you too. So here's the moon in Leo. It's making a trine to Uranus in Aries, which is your 8th house. And then Saturn in Sagittarius, which is down here in your 4th house of home and family. These are what are called the water houses, okay? The 4th, the 8th, and the 12th. What that means is those are very emotional houses, emotional areas of life. You're very emotional about, we're usually very emotional about our family members, the people that we really, really care about and consider family, even if they're not blood. The 8th house is people that we have a really deep soul bond with. And the 12th house is, having a really great understanding of the self and the subconscious and the spirit, and a connection to the spirit world if that's something that you're open to and that you believe in. So this is a really powerfully emotional year for my Virgo people, because this eclipse, it lasts several months. So I can see some really powerful emotional breakthroughs happening for my Virgos this year. I mean, this is a house of home and family. That includes your physical place of living. This is joint finances. This is you taking care of yourself, okay? And then here's your work. So there can be some changes brought about within the workplace, like with your job, that do affect your joint finances and the place that you live and the way that you feel about all of it. That's something that the eclipse can bring for my Virgos. The first eclipse that happens, this is February 10th or 11th, depending upon where in the world that you live. Now, the second eclipse happens in the sign of Pisces. It's the moon and the sun together in the same sign, in the same house. This is Aries. My bad. Pisces is right here. Okay, so we have the sun and moon in Pisces. They are together with Neptune and also with the south node. So Pisces, Neptune, the south node, those are all energies that represent letting go. Okay, this is in your house of relationships. So I'm not saying that all Virgos are gonna break up with their booze this year, break up with their love, with their husband or wife. I'm not saying that, although that can happen for some of you, but eclipses bring great breakthroughs that are for the better, So if you do have a relationship that just is not working out for you, Virgo, you may have to be prepared to let it go this year. But that is to welcome in more loving energy from maybe a better relationship, maybe a better partnership, or maybe even, yourself. I mean, let me tell you, Virgos, you guys have had Chiron, the asteroid that's nicknamed the Wounded Healer, and also Neptune, the planet that can sometimes be deceiving and giving too much of oneself and, not having enough boundaries up between yourself and other people. You guys have all that stuff, long-term transits of those energies within your relationships. So a lot of my Virgos, sometimes you guys can be lost. As smart as you are, as detail-oriented as you are, you can be kind of lost when it comes to relationships because of those transits happening for you guys. So this can be an opportunity to, if you've had a confusing situation, somebody doesn't really want to commit to you like full on. You don't always know, hey, are we or aren't we? Where are we? Like, are you in love with me or are you not? People stringing you along. This eclipse, this is going to be the final eclipse in Pisces for several years to come. So this could be the ultimate letting go of negative things that have to do with relationships for you guys. Or this can be letting go of the idea that you don't deserve a good relationship. You don't deserve love. If you are single and you don't have anybody, this can do that to welcome in somebody, hopefully for you guys this year. So I'm really rooting for you guys, Virgo. Hopefully that happens. So that was your February 2017 horoscope. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And I do have a readers page on Astrolada.com. If you would like to schedule a reading with me, I would love to speak with you. All right, well, take care of yourselves and have a wonderful month.